Om Shanti. Are you all happy? Betrayal. When someone betrays us, we may feel that we have the right to punish them. But what happens if we actually punish them? If we do that, they may never get the opportunity to realize that what they did was wrong. Because once you punish them, their mindset becomes, they punished me, so I must punish them back. Isn't that how wars in the world are happening even today? One person strikes, the other strikes back. In the end, no one gets the chance to recognize their own mistake. The same thing happens in personal life as well. For example, suppose someone takes away something that belongs to you, an object or even a person. If you choose not to punish them, the very thing they took from you will become their punishment. That very person will become their punishment. Then they will start thinking. They will begin to realize their mistake. Because you did not cause them any sorrow. Only when the mind is peaceful can a person truly recognize their own fault. When the mind is disturbed, realization does not happen. This idea was shown very beautifully in the movie Muthu, starring Rajinikanth. In the story, Raghuvaran commits some kind of fraud involving Rajini's property. As soon as Rajini comes to know about it, instead of fighting, he says, "Is this what you wanted?" and writes all the property entirely in Raghuvaran's name. The very next day, Raghuvaran hangs himself and dies. We may wonder, does this really happen in real life? But this is the law of the universe. This is how the intellect works according to divine law. If someone grabs property, why do they usually do it? Often, it is for the sake of their family. The intention to take care of their family shows that they are not completely without good qualities. That concern itself is a good quality within them. When you do not punish them but instead forgive them, that good quality inside them begins to grow stronger. Then, thinking about their mistake, their heart starts to ache from within. They will sincerely ask for forgiveness. Because people do not understand this principle, today we see so many divorces, property disputes, endless problems, court cases, fights, and even wars between nations. But this is a universal law, God's law. To live by this, you need firm faith and unshakable conviction. You need courage. It is God who gives this knowledge. You must have the deep conviction that what God says is true. God says, in immediate success, long-term failure may be hidden. In immediate failure, long-term success may be hidden. Suppose someone suddenly insults you. It may look like a defeat. But if you do not react in return, that very fact will deeply disturb them. They will keep thinking, how was I able to do that? That thought itself becomes a burden, like a debt on their conscience. Later, when they get an opportunity to do something good for you, they may do far more good than you ever expected. Even if they are not able to repay you in this lifetime, the intention remains. That intention becomes a blessing, and it will accompany you and help you across lifetimes. Instead of this, if someone betrays you and you respond by betraying them back or causing them pain, it may look like some kind of victory. But what will that person be thinking? He will be thinking about how to attack you again. You will continue living in that fear. In that way, it becomes a permanent defeat for you. We need to understand this, don't we? Look at the current conflict between Iran and Israel. As long as both sides keep retaliating, neither side will have peace. Now America has intervened in between, and even they do not have peace. This is what always happens. If you think you must show your strength in return, it will continue endlessly. But if instead you remain peaceful and let it go, then the mind will naturally change. This is the great secret being spoken about. Now, Good Friday has just passed, hasn't it? The day when Jesus was crucified and killed, how can that be called a holy day? The true meaning is this: he willingly accepted the crucifixion from his heart. When the nails were driven into his body, he said, "Forgive them." What does that mean? It was not just about one particular person. It was not only about the one who pierced him with the spear. It meant that all those who caused him suffering and pushed him into that situation, he was giving every one of them an opportunity to transform. For that reason, he accepted that punishment wholeheartedly. He was not going to punish them in return. That is what it means to accept it. Only then do we become holy. Do you know why? In order to make others holy as well. Because the reaction we receive is not based merely on what we say, but on what we do. When we forgive, that quality begins to arise in others too. They will feel, oh, even after such a great mistake, they forgave us. That feeling itself becomes a blessing. In the future, even if you make some mistake, people will think, they forgave such a huge betrayal that day. This is only a small matter, and they will forgive you. In that way, you are creating a noble future for yourself. You must understand that you are shaping your own future. Not only that, imagine if only people with such a forgiving nature existed in the world. Wouldn't it be wonderful? It would be amazing. To create such a world is exactly why God gives this knowledge. Through the Brahma Kumaris, God Shiva comes in the body of an elderly man and gives this knowledge. We call him Allah as well. He resides in the incorporeal world of light like a star. What he is giving now is the knowledge that the age of Kali Yuga is ending and Satya Yuga, the heavenly golden age, is about to begin. There, only good people will exist. The good qualities we develop here are the very qualities we will carry with us there. That is why Muslims say that Allah created the world as a test. In these last 100 years, when God comes and gives this knowledge, those who recognize and accept that God has come are the ones God is creating, making them worthy of heaven. It is said that heaven was created for Adam and Eve, isn't it? Then who are Adam and Eve? They are the ones who receive knowledge directly from God. That is who we call the Brahma Kumaris. In heaven, there is no such thing as lust, anger, greed, or ego. There is no concept of selfishness at all. God says that this is the state you must become now. Because even if desire is very small, it will not allow you to remain truly good. So if you reach a state where you do not even know what desire is, then everything will be available in such abundance that there will be no need to desire anything. In heaven there will be happiness, peace, and immense wealth. You will live in multi-storied palaces built with golden bricks. Imagine how wealthy you would be. But how do you receive that? God gives it as a reward for being ready now to lose everything, even to the extent of accepting crucifixion. When you accept what looks like defeat now, the very problem that came to defeat you turns into a reward. If you look at the story of King Harishchandra, at the end someone comes to cut his wife, but the knife turns into a garland and falls around her neck. What does that mean? It means the problem becomes your gift. Now God is revealing the secret of how that happens. What is it? Forgiveness. Because through forgiveness, both you and the other person benefit. They too undergo a change of heart. Even today, Hindus build temples and worship such transformed souls. Why? Because Murugan and Palayar are in human form, are they not? They are not someone else. They were once like us. Those who develop this quality of forgiveness attain a divine status. Divine status simply means they take birth in heaven. Others observe their quality of forgiveness and transform themselves as well. Through that, even if they do not enter heaven immediately, they at least avoid falling into hell at the beginning. After heaven ends, 2,500 years later, this very earth gradually turns into hell. But even then, sorrow does not begin immediately. People first begin committing sins, and only in the last 1 or 2 births does real suffering appear. The kind of sorrowful world we see now has come only recently. The world has not always been filled with sorrow. Through this quality of forgiveness, we are actually giving life to others. That is why Murugan is worshipped, and Krishna is worshipped. It is not merely because they lived in heaven. Before going to heaven, by transforming themselves and giving this divine quality to others, they helped others also change. In gratitude for that, devotion is offered to them. In truth, this is the real meaning behind the stories of Jesus and Prophet Muhammad as well. If this secret were understood, there would be no religious conflicts at all. God is only one, and he comes only once every 5,000 years. The fortune of attaining this knowledge comes only once. God gives this knowledge through the Brahma Kumaris. It is completely free. It is available on YouTube and websites. We are providing the link in the description of this video. Please make sure to watch and benefit from it. God's knowledge is called Murli. If you search on YouTube for BK Sarankumar Tamil Murli, you will find it. Om Shanti.